Hello and welcome to Little Sue. So today is number 4 of Christmas in July, and I've decided that I am going to show you how I put together my little shaker Christmas decorations that I sent out to quite a few YouTube friends. So I'm going to show you this. So all I did is I used these nesting circle dies. Now I've got Sizzix nesting circle dies, and out of silver foil, I use gold foil for some of them as well, but I've only got the silver foil left ones. I die cut the big one, and then I used the one under it and die cut that one, and it gives you that. And then using the same big one, I die cut my vellum, and I have 2 different vellums here. So one is little Christmas mittens, and then this one is a Merry Christmas vellum. And I also tried to die cut acetate, but my die cutting machine doesn't go through acetate, so it did leave an indentation that it was easy enough just to cut around then. So that's what I did. So I've already stuck the acetate onto this one. So we'll do this one first, and this one is going to get these little silver stars. Now I got a tub and it had red, gold and silver stars, as well as glitter and red, gold and silver from the works, and I think it cost me £3 for, it's quite a big tub, but they kept getting mixed up, so I decanted them into just little bags. So this one is going to get the silver. So I've stuck the acetate onto this. As you can see, there's my light, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I get the right part of the vellum, because I want the actual pattern of the vellum facing up the way, and the back of it is going to go on like that. And I've just got my little glue pen here. Oh. Now this comes out really fast, so I do have some tissue here just to take off quite a bit of it, because you don't want too much on here. I just spread out what I've put on, and all I'm going to do is just go all the way around it and just put the glue all the way around. And you don't want to leave any gaps. And then all I'm going to do is stick the vellum on here. Try and line it up as best as I can. Now, as you can see, I've got glue marks on the foil, but that won't matter because it does actually rub off really easily. So I'm just going to use my finger and go all the way around it and just press the vellum down into silver foil, because this vellum has a tendency to curl, like it is right there. It's curling up off, and I don't know why it does that. You just have to rub a few times round to make sure that it's pressed down firmly and it's sticking. And that is that. And just with a clean bit of tissue, you just rub. Rub all the way around, and it takes off any glue marks you've got. So that is that. Now what I like to do is, on my acetate one, is I actually like to stick my foam onto the acetate sheet, and then with my little I'm not sure what you call it, it's just like a little pillow filled with talcum or some form of stuff. I like to use that so that it takes the stickiness, the static off the acetate, but it also takes the stickiness off the edging. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to start at one point and just bend it round. Now I know some people say if you take the paper off the foam before you do this, it makes it go round a lot easier. Yes, it does make it go round a lot easier, but I also find that when I'm trying to take the stickiness off, it takes the stickiness off the top as well, because I end up getting my little pillow thing on the top of it and not just the sides. So I like to try and do this with the paper still on it. It makes it a wee bit more difficult and a wee bit more fiddly, but it just means that the sticky is going to be on the top of it when I do go to actually stick the two of them together. Now I'm hoping that there's enough here. So I'd already pre-cut this foam tape from one of my bigger rolls, and I don't know if you can see there, but I used the greaseproof paper. So I stuck it on some greaseproof paper and I cut it that way. Right, there's my little scissors. So that's me, got it all the way round there, and I'm going to try and cut it so that it closes quite tightly and doesn't leave a gap. And there we go. So gap is right there, and it's sealed quite nicely in the middle there. So just go round and press this down, and then all I'm going to do is try and do that and just run my little pill thing in here, taking off sticky from, well, the static from the acetate and also the stickiness that ends up just on the sides here. There we go. And you don't need too many stars, so but you want quite a nice amount. So this is sometimes quite hard to judge. I just like to shake it around a wee bit. And then what I do is holding it very carefully and lift it up and have a look and see if I like how many's in it, which I'm actually wanting a wee bit more. Feels as if that's not enough. And I've noticed I've actually got quite a few gold strays in here. So I've got quite a few gold strays in here. So I'm going to leave them because it's going to be too much work trying and get them all out. So now all I'm going to do is carefully pull off and back in. And as you can see, some of them have started to jump up. And it's sticking to my finger now. So all I'm going to do is use my little tweezers here and just pull them back into the top. And that is one thing you don't want to do, is make it jump. There we go. And then trying to line this up as best as you can. And this is the really difficult part. I sometimes make a mistake and don't line it up right. So I'm just trying to get over the top of it as best I can. And I think that's us. And then just pressing down. And yeah, that is my little shaker ornament that I like making, because I absolutely love these vellum patterns and I think they make absolutely perfect shaker elements. And when you get the light hitting the back of the vellum, it just makes it's absolutely beautiful. It's hard to explain because it is a really nice thing. Give it a good shake. So that is my little shaker element. So I've got this one to do. So I haven't stuck anything down on this one. So I will quickly try and glue these all down quickly. And that glue has just come out quite fast there. So I just take it and spread it. This acetate sheet's a little bit dirty. I'll just give it a wee clean bit. Because I'm giving it a clean on the tissue paper, it's going to make it very stackety. It's going to cause static on it. And like like before, I'm not too fussed about getting the glue on the acetate or the foil because it does come off really, really easily. Let's get my wet wipe. Take that glue off of there. So when I made these last year, I die cut everything at once and then I made up like a wee assembly line. So I put the acetate sheets on to one half of them and piled them all up, and then I put the vellum onto the other half and piled them all up. But I made sure that I piled them into their patterns. Right, so I just need to make sure that that glue is cleaned away. Oh. So. Just to make sure that it's not on the inside, because obviously if it's on the inside I'm not going to be able to get it off once I put it together. I won't be able to get the glue off of it. I'm pretty sure that's on the outside there. Right, so that's glue on this one. So this one you really have to be careful how you do it, because obviously it says Merry Christmas here. Now, with the mittens one, it doesn't really matter if you put it up the wrong way. Yeah, it's just ever so slightly duller, but it doesn't really matter. But with this one, it really does, because obviously your Merry Christmas would be backwards for this little shaker, and that wouldn't be any good. Right, foam tape and stick it round. So what I like to do is using my two thumbs to curve it and bend it ever so slightly, and the finger on the underneath. I find that gives you a better control and a better shaping. And I find it easier having it up off the table, whereas some people might actually find it easier putting foam tape on the circle when it's flat on the table. Everybody has different ways of doing stuff, and you always find something that works for you. It did take me a while to get this, because I was one of the ones who tried to do the foam tape on the table and it just wasn't going on, and I made a mess quite a few times, which wasn't any good. Because obviously those projects then had to be binned because the foam tape was showing through on quite a few of my earlier projects. There we go. So that's it joined up. Not quite, but close enough. And then how I cut it is I don't peel it off. I try and cut as close to that mark as I can, and then I just bend it ever so slightly to put the actual foam tape in place. And I find that it gives a tighter seal doing it that way. Just got a wee bit there. Just make sure that's all pressed down firmly. My static tool, just run it inside here before I take off the backing. And then with this one, because I really like the red in it, I wanted to go with the red sequences. Now if I had some of my gold foil left, I would have used the gold foils to make the circles for this, and then use some gold sequences, the gold stars in it. Instead of the red. Big massive cluster there. I've noticed that with these stars sometimes they're not apart, they're stuck together. And some of them are stuck together in quite big chunks. Which is what I was just trying to do there, was get a big chunk apart so that it didn't like, because sometimes the stars can rip the vellum if they're in quite big chunks. And just slowly and carefully take off the release paper there. And trying to line this up as best you can. So all I'm doing is going round it with my both my thumbs and both my fingers, and just pressing it to make sure it's completely sealed on this one. And there we go. Shaker number 2. Now, that is my two shaker projects. I absolutely love making these, and I am so happy I got to share it with you. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. And I hope you liked my little shakers today. So I will see you again tomorrow for day number 5. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye for now.